Hi, my name is Laura Coates and I'm an area manager with Arbonne International. Now you may, or more likely probably won't know what that means, but over the next few minutes or so, I'm going to give you an overview of exactly what it is for me and lots of different people like me. I've actually always been really fortunate in that I love what I do. I've always worked in the charity sector and I love making a difference in a whole variety of different people's lives. But a couple of years ago, I began to question, was it enough for me forever? Did I want to work on somebody else's schedule, taking holiday when they dictated for the rest of my life? And the answer was probably not. So for me, Arbonne is the opportunity that gives me the freedom and the choices for the future to do what I want to do when I want to do it. But what I absolutely love is that this is a business for everybody and anybody. I work with doctors, with lawyers, with teachers, with students, with recent graduates, with people who are looking for a plan B, with people who are looking for a way to get away from their corporate job, people who are looking for a way to retire more easily and more comfortably, and with people who just want a few extra £100 for some more shoes or a luxury holiday. Because what Arbonne is quite simply a vehicle that takes you from where you are today to where you want to be, with the freedom and the time and the money to do what you want to do there. So Arbonne was actually founded in 1975 by a man called Peter Mork, who essentially had the foresight and the vision to see that lots of the ingredients that go into the kind of products that you and me and millions of other people use every day would actually be harmful for us. So he set out to create a brand that was pure and that was safe. And what that actually means is that we're free from lots of the things that you're reading about in the press at the moment. Things like parabens, mineral oil, sodium lauryl sulfate, talc. You can go away and do your own research, but essentially they're nasty ingredients that we don't want anywhere near our body. So all of our product range is completely free from that. It's also free from gluten, it's hypoallergenic and it's dermatologist tested. So what that essentially sums up is that for humans, everything that we have is fantastic. But we're also good for animals as well, because we're a cruelty-free brand and we're completely vegan, and we have been all the way back in 1975. We're also great for the planet. As a company, we have a bigger green commitment than any other brand that I'm aware of, and we strive to source our ingredients sustainably from all over the world. But at the same time as being pure and safe, our founder wanted to create a brand that was really beneficial and gave fantastic results. And that starts with our Swiss heritage. Now, if you think of anything Swiss, whether it's knives or watches or chocolates, you instantly think of luxury and quality, and that's where we come from. When you combine that with our clinical trial policy, and some of our clinical trials have got 99 and 100% positive results, which aren't very common in the market, you know that you have a great quality product in front of you. Part of the reason for that is because of a man called Dr. Peter Matravers, who's the head of our formulations. He actually joined us from Aveda and he has more patents to his name than anybody else in the field, and he works day in and day out to produce fantastic quality products for us. But in addition to creating a fantastic product line, our founder wants to provide an opportunity for ordinary people to create an extraordinary life for themselves. And that's why we sit in an industry called network marketing or social marketing, which is a little bit like having an online franchise. I have my own business, but I have the full support of a head office team who do all of our product development, all of our product research. They provide the marketing material, they show me how to use the website, they provide the customer support for my clients, and they teach me the skills that I need to grow my own business. But yet I have the autonomy to run it in the way that I want to. It's essentially a very slick distribution system designed for the 21st century, and it's one that's recommended by a whole host of different entrepreneurs, including people like Richard Branson. If you think about traditional retail, if you go to the store and buy a lipstick, for example, you might pay, say, £20 for it. But in reality, that same lipstick actually only cost about £1 to develop. But before you purchased it, it went through a whole different system of processes. It went to a wholesaler, a warehouse, there was a massive markup for advertising, a nice person on the shop floor probably sold it to you, and you effectively paid for the privilege of that whole process. In network marketing or social marketing, and in Arbonne specifically, we have our own manufacturing warehouse. I, as the consultant, then recommend the products that I use and that I love, and I show people how to go online and buy what they would like to. The products that can then get sent straight directly from our warehouse to them at their house. I haven't had to hand anybody's money, I haven't had to go out and deliver products. I've simply been the word of mouth recommendation. And for doing that, the consumer then gets a fantastic quality product that would be several times more expensive if it was sold through traditional retail. As the consultant, I'm paid a generous commission in recognition for the recommendation that I've made. And there's enough money left to go back into research and development to keep continually improving our products. And the beauty of this business is that every time they go on and they reorder those products, I'm still paid exactly the same generous commission. And they will go on and reorder because you and I will hopefully never stop showering and washing our hair and using what we call consumable products. Business 101 is that if you're going to go into a business, do it in a business that has consumable products. Because quite simply what it means is that when you run out, you need to reorder and you have to talk to less people. Within our product range, we have a fantastic anti-aging range, a skincare range for people with sensitive skin, with acne-prone skin, a treatment range, a nutrition range which is our fastest growing market, a fantastic range of skincare, hair care, sun range, and a phenomenal makeup range which is really quickly gaining a cult celebrity status. We have something for everybody, and I could talk to you for a long time about our different products, but quite simply what I would say is if you haven't tried them yet, go back to whoever shared this with you and try them for yourself, because then you'll really know. Now, everything that we have sits in an industry called health and wellness, and that industry is booming at the moment. Everybody wants to look younger and feel better. It's going to be the next $1 trillion industry, and that's part of the reason that as a company we're growing so quickly at the moment. The other reason is that we have this really unique ability to leverage our time. Now, most people when they start this business, they start it on a part-time basis, in and around their other commitments. And for me, that meant fitting it around my full-time job. So I looked to do about 10 hours a week, which essentially meant giving up a few hours TV in the evening. Now, I will never have more than 10 hours to spend on this, but I will always be paid a commission for those 10 hours. The lovely thing about this business is that when I show other people how to also spend 10 hours or whatever time they have growing their own business and earning their own commission, I'm actually paid a thank you check on the time that they've worked. So rather than just being paid for the 10 hours that I do, I'm actually recognised for the 100 hours from all the people that I've helped. And that's something that we don't have the opportunity to do in a traditional business. Quite simply what we do in this business is that we take an everyday expense and we turn it into an income. I realised that I was never going to stop showering, and neither were my family members, so I was always going to have to buy personal care products for them or gifts for other people for birthdays and Christmases. But instead of spending that money in Boots and Superdrug and passing the profit on to those places, I now shop online through my own online department store, my Arbonne website, where I get a fantastic discount. And I pass the opportunity to have exactly that same benefit onto other people, and I show them how to do the same simply by directing a current expense that goes out the door. But it's not actually about knowing lots of different people. It's about knowing a handful of people who know a handful of people who know a handful of people, because that's how word of mouth spreads. And what's really exciting is that it's not just about the people that you know in your town. Arbonne is in an incredible period of globalization at the moment, and my business, your business, and lots of other consultants' businesses can be all over the world. We're currently in the United States, Canada, Poland, New Zealand, the UK, Australia, Taiwan, and we're about to launch into Germany. And I have people who shop online through my website in each of those countries, and I'm rewarded in exactly the same way as I would be if they were my next door neighbour. So the opportunities for growth at the moment are truly endless. There are 4 different ways that you earn an income with Arbonne. The first is on commissions from your personal activity and the personal recommendations that you make, and that's anywhere between 15 and 35%. The second is on what we call an override, and that's your thank you check from Arbonne when you help other people earn their own personal commissions. The third is a Mercedes-Benz cash bonus, which is £500 straight into your account every month to be spent on any car as long as it's a Mercedes, any colour as long as it's white. And that's really just because our business is invisible. I don't have a huge stock front or fantastic advertising that you see all over the place. I quite simply have an online website. So the car is the recognition that this business works. Then the final way is the cash bonus, which we're all eligible for from day one of our business. And what people really want to know is, what can you actually earn? And quite simply, the answer is whatever you want to earn. Our business and our income is completely uncapped. We've actually won awards from Ernst & Young for the fairness and the generosity of our compensation plan. It's an effort-based business, so it's up to you. And for some people that might be a couple of £100. For other people it might be several £1,000s. But you're the person who sets the pace and the goal, and then you run your business in line with that, with the support, the mentoring and the guidance from the other people who are doing exactly the same. But to give you an idea, we have 4 different levels of management. The first level is a district manager, and people get there anywhere within a few weeks to 6 months or a year. And your average earnings at that point are anywhere from about £100 up to about £800. The second level of management is an area manager. And at area manager, you're earning anywhere from about £800 to about £3,000. The extra icing on the cake there is that at that point, your business is a willable asset, which means if something were to happen to you, your business would continue generating an income that can be delivered to a friend or a family member, anybody that you decide. The third level of management is a regional vice president, and at that point your income is anywhere from about £3,000 up to about £8,000. It's also the level that you get the white Mercedes and you get showered with gifts at Christmas, Valentine's Day and on your birthday. The final level of management is national vice president, and at that point you're pretty much a rock star, kind of earning what you want to be earning. And in addition to all the other things you've got at the other levels, you also get a trip to Maui every year and a trip to Las Vegas every April, along with a host of other opportunities for luxurious holidays that we're all eligible to earn, again from the minute that we start running our business. In the UK, it currently costs just £56 to start your Arbonne business, and that basically gives you a business in a box. It gives you your own online website, brochures, samples, the full support of our head office team for all of your training, mentoring and coaching from other people just like you who are building their business, and fantastic discounts to get you set up for success. The extra silver lining that you might not expect is the personal development that you'll go through this business and the fun that you'll have doing it. We all grow as individuals when we do this, and we have a fantastic time doing it. I have never known a company recognise and celebrate its employees as well as Arbonne do for us. We go on trips together, we have eligibility to earn luxury holidays, we are showered with flowers, with gifts, with chocolates, all recognising quite simply the fact that we've grown our own business. Where else do you have the support and the network like that? So that's the summary of who we are and what we do. The question you might like to ask yourself is, if you are in 5 years' time where you are today, is that okay? And the answer might be yes, and if it is, then fantastic, and I wish you well in all that you do. But if the answer is no, then something has to change, and maybe this might just be that thing. Worst case scenario, you'll be left with some fantastic products to use for a couple of months. Best case scenario, you will end up with a multi-million-pound global business. You will have the time to spend with the people you want to spend it with. You'll have the money to do the things that you want to do with those people. You'll be able to travel the world on your own terms. You'll be able to give back and help other people achieve their own dreams. Essentially, you'll have the opportunity to design the life that you want to. I really appreciate the time that you've taken to watch this today. I'd love to hear from you, and I know the person that sent this to you would do too. If you've got any questions, please reach out to us. Hope to hear from you soon.